Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Mr. Jason Shear. Hello, Jason Shear. How are you doing today?
Super, Michael. How are you?
All right, not too bad. We got a lot to get to this show. We're going to talk a lot about Arizona, Utah. We're going to talk about Shear's question at the presser. We are going to talk a little Conrad Martinez. We're going to give you our Big 12 rooting guide, all of that and more. But Shear, Arizona, Utah is here. The betting line continues to go down. What does Vegas know that we don't?
They're going to open up the offense, Mike. This is the week. No, I just assume Utah's got some injuries. Same injuries that they had probably against Oklahoma State. Rising, Reed, O'Toole. My guess is those guys are out. Maybe there's another one or two.
Yeah, that's where I'm actually very curious to see how this does all play out. If Cam Rising, let me ask you this. Cam Rising is obviously very, very good. But also, do we know for a fact that it is better with Cam Rising not out there for Arizona than Mr. Wilson? Because again, Arizona doesn't do well with mobile quarterbacks. Maybe they want Cam Rising.
Yeah, but Wilson has 5 picks. I mean, Rising is just so much more accurate. Wilson's not accurate at all. I think his completion percentage is like 55%. I get the mobility factor. Rising's not going to run, but give me my chances with Wilson.
All right, now with Arizona, then they talked about emptying the play, or they talk about getting more players involved. We talked about this on Wednesday. A big player that we need to get involved, obviously, is Kean Burnett at the tight end position. He has 5 targets all season. Sure, I'd like to see 5 targets in this game.
There's only so many times you can tell us that the tight ends are going to be used more before you actually have to use them more, right? Like, I feel like this is the game. Like, if you can't use the tight ends against Utah, I'm just gonna stop asking about it. It's not a thing, it's weird.
Let me ask you this. A guy behind the scenes offensively, Matt Adkins. I get a lot of questions about Mr. Matt Adkins. What does Matt Adkins do offensively? Because we like Matt Adkins.
He's the passing game coordinator, and I think that he coaches the tight ends. He's a good coach. I like him. He may not have a crazy resume, but I think he's a future, big time coordinator. Should Babers leave or get demoted or whatever happens, I think Adkins would probably be that guy.
All right, now I'm just going to ask you right now, and I've been thinking about this. What is an acceptable outcome? Because again, we've talked about how Texas Tech is the season. And by the way, Utah fans, we're not predicting Arizona to win. So if Utah wins, cool. We're not picking out.
Let's be very clear here. If Utah wins, it was expected. If Arizona wins, we're going to talk smack like we knew it was coming.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what we do around here because it fits our narrative. It's like PFF.
Yeah. Acceptable outcome? Who? The spread, right?
Yeah. All right. Oh, dude, 8 points. I'd take it.
Yeah. Like if they can 10 or less is my number.
All right. If it's 31-23, we claim victory and we move on to Texas Tech.
I feel so significantly better at 31-23 in a loss than I did after Kansas State.
Right. Okay. Now, Joseph said, Joseph, very smart Joseph. He says respectfully with Matt Adkins, if he's the passing game coordinator and the passing game is atrocious, how much of that is his fault? He's not really calling the offense. So
no, it's just not how that works. Really. Right. I mean, those are titles. The offensive coordinator is the offensive coordinator.
Right. I mean, that's kind of where it's at that point. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about defensively. Now, Mr. Shane Diefenbach, we have a video of Shear asking a question about the linebackers, which have not come off the field much. We want to get your take on what's going on in this, from this question and from this answer. Shane, if you do have the video, we would love to throw it up.
Jacob Manu and Dave Brown have played pretty much coach every snap at linebacker. Is that sustainable in your opinion? Would you like to see another guy step up, or how do you kind of approach that?
That's a good question. I don't really think. I think if they're playing at a high level, then they get to keep playing. You know what I mean? I think that part of it is, both those guys are good players. Tay's young, but he's growing, and he's going to be a really good player for us. Sometimes when you're playing as a young player, we're talking about Rhino, we're talking about some of those other guys, right? There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be some tough moments out there. But really, for them and for our football team, just how do we respond to those tough moments and trying to help those young people grow up in the process so that they can make the plays when they need to.
All right, my question is this, Sheer. Do we think that Brent Brennan knew that the linebackers hadn't come off the field?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like I kind of caught him off guard with that question. It's a good thing, but that's what it felt like.
I don't. I'll put it to you like this. So I was watching the presser, and I went back, and then I called Sheer. I asked Sheer about that, and then Sheer said, "Yeah, a guy posted about that on the message board as well." I just don't know. I don't know if he knew or not. But let me ask you this though: if we're talking about the only two linebackers coming off or only playing. That's also an issue, though, because Jacob Manu, who, again, I'm going to defend until the very end. Jacob Manu has not played well this season. He has been actually very poor. At some point, you got to also figure out that you got to get somebody else out there as well.
Yeah, when I say sustainable, it just means to me, like, if you're playing 80 snaps a game or whatever it is, then by the time you hit early November, that's just a lot of snaps, right? Like, it just is. And so I'm not saying, Manu should be playing 30 snaps or Tay Brown should be playing 30 snaps. It's give me 10 from some combination of Kamu and Flo and Small, and just give me 10 less snaps a game.
And that's kind of, again, that's where, again, Erica L. Day says, Mike ignored my call. I was show prepping, Erica. Some of us had to work.
Some of us work hard here, Erica.
Yeah, some of us have to grind, exactly.
Some of us still have a season to cover. Am I right, Mike?
Yes, exactly. Some of us still I had no clue that the Merc season was over.
Mike's in the chat. He goes, wait, is the season over? It's like,
because everybody on the Merc show was like, oh man, this is terrible. And I was like,
By the way, speaking of the Merc show real quick, shout out to Chloe. I hope that girl's okay.
Oh man, that was wild, man. Yeah, kids these days. We'll get into some of the kids and what they do. But anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if now there's another person in the media that raised another point. We will not name him, but he's a very smart man. That said, do you think that he was surprised that you knew that, Sheer?
Yeah, that's the other angle. He may have just been surprised that, the media.
Like you don't have access to the snap counts.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, but I tend to lean on the first one.
I'm just very good.
You're an amazing questioner. It really goes without saying. All right, now let's talk about the offense, though. Now we've been saying this was Arizona's way of saying, you know what, the preseason is over. It is now time to get serious. That's when conference starts, and that's really all that matters. That's how you get into the college football championship or college football playoffs. You don't do it with your out of conference schedule. Alabama proves that every year. You do that with your in conference schedule. Could this possibly be a chestnut checkers move by Arizona?
Dude, how cool would it be if they open the game tomorrow and they're just the offense is like what we saw during camp? And people are like, what the hell is this? And we're like, yeah, this is what we were talking about. We're not liars.
Yes, no, exactly. And again, I get people all the time that are like, oh yeah, like you Sheer and like, what were you guys talking about with camp? I know what I saw in camp. And that's what I get.
If you got all the reporters in a room and you said, guys, can any of you say that the offense you've seen this season is what you saw in camp? Every single one of us would say, oh no, it's nothing like it at all.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't understand. I know what I saw. That is all where I'm at. I know what I saw. Yes, I want Caitlin Clark to end up on the Mercury. This is very true.
Yeah, we could do a whole show about that.
Okay, now let's talk about the offensive line. In the trenches, my friends, in the trenches. All right, Arizona's healthy. Is that also maybe another thing too that we're like, all right, Arizona just needed to get healthy here and then we're good to go?
This is the healthiest they've been. When you look up and down the roster, the O-line is healthy from what I understand. Dalton's back, Stukes is back. They're healthy, right? And criticize the team all you want. We both have, but not having a healthy offensive line changes things. And we're going to see how much that changes things. Baber said it too. He referred to the health of the offensive line finally being healthy. You only do that if you legitimately feel that was the reason for the struggle. So we're gonna find out Saturday.
Now, do we think that there's a part of him quoting Dumb and Dumber saying that, oh, you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. It's like, that's the mindset.
Oh, Portland Timbers. By the way, Portland Timbers, I do not know how you are not. Listen, Shear paid me for like 5 years to write for him, and I did absolutely nothing. Portland Timbers does more in one post than I ever did during my entire time working for you. This is true, Shear, before you fired me.
Yes.
All right. He says, let's get Mike's unabridged thoughts on the defensive line coach. No, we'll not talk about that. I will say this though. Let's stick it on the lines here. Sure, you're getting me off tangent all the time.
I'm just letting you cook.
All right. Now on the offensive line though, if Rhino's fully healthy, Jonas Savanea, Wendell Moy, Leif Magnuson, Erica's guy is back. Josh Baker. I still don't believe that should be a bad offensive line. I just don't.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Now, I will say this. It may not be a bad offensive line, but Utah could make it look bad, right? Like, Utah's defensive line is really, really good. But you're right. Like, it shouldn't be a bad offensive line. Like, the offensive line that we've seen this season is arguably the most disappointing. I don't even think it's arguably. It is the most disappointing position unit to me. Because defensive line, we didn't really know what we were getting. Offensive line, you've got a first-round draft pick and maybe other guys that are going to play in the league, and a really good college player in Josh Baker. Like, it's legit.
Now, I think we need to talk about. We need to also talk about Leif. Leif in all of this is big. Getting Leif back, I think is massive. Now, Leif is so talented that there are people out there that do believe that Leif also gets tackles. That is how good Leif is. But on a serious note, getting Leif back out there is big for Arizona.
Yeah, they need him, and Ryan Stewart just hasn't been good enough. And, I like the idea of Stewart being a guy where it's like, okay, the tackles, Rhino's struggling, put him at tackle. Get Rhino out for a little bit, calm him down. Or, okay, here's a guard. You can move things around with Stewart. They don't have that versatile lineman, right? Like, you look around, Michael Wooten is one position. I'm assuming he'll play this weekend, but he cannot play guard, right? And you look around at different things, and you're like, okay, who's going to be that guy that can move around a little bit? And to me, that would be Stewart.
All right, now Fort Mike 24. By the way, I thought Bear Down Cats 96 was referring to me as Fort Mike. No, Fort Mike 24. He said, doesn't Babers have a history of playing fast? His first year or two at Syracuse, the offenses, but then it became something very, very slow.
People need to realize Babers hasn't called plays since Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, his offensive coordinators at Syracuse were the offensive coordinator at New Mexico was Pitt, and then Sean Lewis. Like, those guys were full autonomy OCs. Babers is another CEO type. So this is his first time calling plays since, as you would say, the Dick Tomei era.
Well, no, actually, I think it's the Bush administration that, as I would say, screw you. You're the one that says that all the time. But
I'm still running some of the same plays.
Well, I don't know. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Also, Noah. We've got to talk about Noah in this game as well. The big thing for me is spreading the ball around. Listen, everybody knows about T-Mac. We know T-Mac is very good, regardless of what Justin Spears says. Oh, by the way, what did you think about Brennan getting a little snippy with Spears about a legitimate question?
I like it. Spears is off limits to me.
Spears is off limits, everybody. Spears is like the nicest person in the world. And again, it's like we told Mick Cronin, better be nice. You mess with Spears, you get the
Cronin's lucky. Cronin's lucky that UCLA doesn't come to McHale. Oh, I should go interview Cronin when they play in Phoenix.
Oh, no, and then just say that your name is Justin Spears.
Well, you realized what Spears said, right? Did I ever tell you this? Spears blamed me. He said, I 100% believe that Cronin thought I was you. And I said, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, now WMB 1977 IFY. That's a lot of numbers. If Mike Luke called plays, it would be Speedy left and Speedy right. Let's talk about Speedy. I need Speedy I need Speedy to get the ball. Period. I don't care what anybody says. I need Speedy to get the ball. It's not like some of these receivers you just can't, give Speedy the ball. Period.
Throw him the ball. I want to see quarterback to running back passes, right? Like Baber said it, do it. If you're going to say, hey, we need to get the running backs more involved in the passing game. I love Quavo Kame, but to me, that screams Speedy. If you're not throwing the ball to Speedy in the flat and saying at least try to go to work, try it. If it doesn't work, you could at least say, okay, you tried it and it doesn't work. That's all I want. I want Arizona to try things. And so that way, if something doesn't work, I saw it with my own 2 eyes as opposed to it's not going to work. We're not running it.
Yeah, because it's not like what you've been throwing out there is really working. So
right. And look, Speedy against Utah, probably a bad matchup. I'll be honest, because and we love Speedy, but he absolutely has trouble staying upright when he gets hit.
Yes, exactly. And that's also, too, why I have been a very big proponent, and this is true, of Speedy redshirting this year. I do not want to also, wide receiver, Tony Jones isn't even in the chat, but I want to see A.J. Jones. Listen, at this stage in the game, let's see him because A.J. Jones was able to get open at least during he was able to get open during camp. Granted, he dropped a lot of the passes, but he was still able to get open. We need people that can get open.
I need more A.J. Jones and more Raymelo Murphy. Those are my 2 guys I want to see more of. Raymelo's healthy. He's not bad. We know he's not bad. Give him a shot.
Now, let me ask you this. You correctly called, it's insane. You correctly called the wide receiver position last time with Montana Lamonius Craig. Montana L. Craig. Erica L. Day, Montana L. Craig. How about that? Kobe L. Thiel. Who's your breakout performer? Because last time that was about as good as it gets. A guy that's never done anything his entire career here has a breakout game. Who's your breakout performance?
You're not going to believe this one, but I'm going, and if this hits,
then it's done. Do you move on to the national scene at that point?
Your second leading receiver on Arizona this weekend, Mike, will be Sam Olsen.
Oh wow! Wait a second. There is a tight end that is signed next to his name.
Sam Olsen.
Interesting. All right. Interesting.
1 catch for 5 yards. I'm going 3 catches.
Okay. All right. 3 catches and 3 touchdowns?
Yeah. Malachi,
okay, so
I don't know if Malachi Riley's done for the year, someone asked, but if not, he's pretty close.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Now let's see here. Your people don't like what you're saying there, Sheer. They disagree with you on this one.
Hey, they disagreed with me. See, I don't want to go like, oh, who's gonna have the big game? Oh, well,
T-Mac.
It's like, no, you gotta go, you gotta. And I'm not going Jeremiah Patterson because I want to mix it up. I did.
Although we have picked Jeremiah Patterson.
Right. We got to, and because I didn't say Jeremiah Patterson, it'll be him. I was deciding between Sam Olsen and Raymelo Murphy.
All right. So one of those 2.
It's got to be a sleeper. You can't be like, I think T-Mac's going to have 3 catches this Saturday.
I think Jonas Savonea is going to play well on the line.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
That's a great question. I like asking the questions, not you. My guy, you know what? I'm you know what? I don't want to do. I'm going to go Jeremiah Patterson. That sooner or later, Jeremiah Patterson is going to break through, and that is going to be that's going to be it. And I will say, listen, I stood resolute during an uncertain time when the faces of the wind tried to blow me down. Guess who didn't blow down? Iron Mike Luke.
Yep, Joseph over here trying to blow you down. Unbelievable.
No, I know. Oh, Joseph is very up. I like what Joseph's. Joseph likes when you're not in here. Joseph likes taking shots at you. That's why I really like Joseph.
I know.
Yeah, and he calls you Skier. Anybody that calls you Skier always will get a lot of credit for me. Now, Brad Rich, the great Brad Rich said, "Did Brent Brennan spend the bye week recruiting more tight ends?"
Dude, Arizona has a commitment from one of the best tight ends in the country.
No, I know. Seriously. Let's see.
Devin Hyatt's up there, Portland. Devin Hyatt is a possibility.
Okay. All right. Now, Fort Mike 24 says JCM would have been player of the game if the NCAA stopped being dumb. Here's where I'm at with this.
Someone asked again on the board, what's the latest? There is no latest.
I would be, and Sheer, tell me if I'm wrong, because there's many times that
right.
I would be stunned. And again, I'd love to be wrong. I would be absolutely stunned if he plays this year. When the NCAA comes to you, when the NCAA comes to you and says, we have some major concerns about his eligibility, play him at your own risk.
It's just that it takes so long for the NCAA to get back to you. Like, it could be this, it could be today, it could be today, it could be tomorrow.
What do you think about Rick Trimmer? Now, I don't know this Rick Trimmer, but I will say this: JCM is definitely JCM knows if he played in those games or not.
Yes,
I mean that's
I like JCM. I think he's a good guy. I think
he's a good guy too. Plus, he went at Sheer on Twitter, which was fantastic. We need more people.
And you know what I like about that too? Honestly, like we had a private conversation after that. It was like no hard feelings. Right. I was like, yeah, I'm down. You're my guy.
People like JCM, I always say to them, I'm like, listen, man, no matter what the feelings, I'd like to have your future. You are better than I ever thought about being.
I could beat you in the race, probably, right?
Oh, no, sure, you're fast.
Do you think I could beat any football player in Arizona in a race?
Well, you reported a diarrhea outbreak on the team.
Well, I mean, that's a horrible. Yeah. I think that's a real sign for Arizona's training table.
Yeah, I saw Jonas Savanea walking by Buffalo's spot this week.
Right. Why aren't they eating real food?
Buffalo's spot is great. That's how I got to be as big as I am.
Have you been to the new soda place right by?
I haven't been there yet. The soda place that's right next to.
Riel went there. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Place. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting scolded by Shane Diefenbach. No free ads. All right, fine. All right. Now let's talk about the defensive line. Sheer, one guy that has just not been good enough. And I talked about it. And here's the thing with me is that I am a humble victor. I have always been, if I'm right, I just make sure that it's known once and I never bring it up again. This is true.
Yeah. I mean, you're still not bragging about something you were right about 18 years ago.
No, I don't do it. One guy, though, that has not been good that Arizona needs to figure out what to do exactly has been Chuba.
Yes. You think I could beat Chuba in a race?
Yes.
You do? Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm not. I did not bring it. Mike is not a humble victor. I am not a humble victor.
Chuba is struggling this season.
Was it? Let me ask you this.
You want me to look up this PFF grade? Hold on, I will. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Do you have a membership? Brad Rich, Mike Luke, grad assistant nutritionist for the football team. Yes, I like that idea. By the way, everybody, Shear's going to be on his post game tomorrow. It's going to be me and Shear in the post game.
I'm not going to the party. It's too far, and then I get back to the post game. The ones with the game's close.
Yeah, no, I get it. I will be there though. All right, but Chuba, the interior line. That's where my next point was going to be. I need more Isaiah Johnson.
Chuba is graded out as the 20th. Here's the problem with Arizona. I'll get to this in a minute, but yeah, Isaiah Johnson has played 46 snaps. Chuba has played 107.
And the problem with Chuba is this, and I was told this by somebody that would know. Chuba is, first of all, and Chuba is a really, really good guy. Chuba is one of the best dudes.
Whenever we're going to diss a player, we always make sure we tell you he's a good person.
Yeah, but unless they're not a good person, then we don't give them any credit whatsoever.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. But a couple things. Brad Rich, you're onto something about Chase Kennedy. We're going to get to that in a second. But the problem with Chuba is that Chuba literally just can't move and that he's not good enough. If you're not going to be able to move, you got to be able to take up blockers. And Chuba doesn't really do that either. So that's kind of where we're at.
I know you don't want to use PFF, and I know you don't like it.
We should have a segment each show that just says, "I know you don't want to use PFF."
Okay, so Arizona, I just want to point something out, and even if you want to ignore the grade, I think it's still good to understand this, right? So 27 defensive players have played snaps. Some have played 5, some have played whatever, right? 27, right? Jacob Manu is ranked as the 23rd best defender. Gunnar, 22nd. Chuba, 20th. DeCario, 19th.
Yep.
Your starting defenders that you count on, like Manu has been terrible this year. Gunnar has struggled. DeCario hasn't been awful, according to the numbers, but he hasn't been as good as he should be. Chuba, like you mentioned, is bad.
Now, one guy that I think is going to play quite a bit, that I think probably deserves a little bit is Chase Kennedy. Now, our good pal Justin Spears wanted to be able to put I guess he's not going to be able to do that, even though he should be able to. Wink, wink. But Chase Kennedy, though, Chase Kennedy is going to. I think Chase Kennedy is going to get a lot of. I think Chase Kennedy is going to get a lot of run. And Chase Kennedy, I can tell you this: Chase Kennedy, you could make the case has been Arizona's best defensive lineman.
A very easy case.
Yeah.
He has been Arizona's best defensive lineman. And I think with Utah and the history and all that, you absolutely play him more.
Okay.
Absolutely.
By the way, Portland Timbers. That's why I'm telling you, it's you and listen, Shear's got one guy that's his senior editor, Scott Schlittenhart. His other senior editor should be Portland Timbers. You did call Chase Kennedy. I didn't see Chase Kennedy because I thought Chase Kennedy was about 6'2" and about 187 pounds. It just didn't work for me. I'm not sure that he's not, but he's been really, really good.
He's been good. He's very fast off the edge. He's going to be good. He really is. Look, I like Chase Kennedy. I think he's a good player, but do you want him to be your best defensive end? I think it's one of those situations where I want him to play, and I think he's good. But if he's your best defensive end, I think it says more about your defense as a whole.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. Now, this is called a tease for coming up. We are going to talk now about, we're going to go around the conference a little bit. But first, branded bills. You heard of BBN, now you heard of BB. Branded Bills Apparel, BBA. How about that? Anyways, check it out. Do we think that Shane Diefenbach has a Branded Bills hat?
Multiple, I would assume.
Yes, exactly. Now, Shane's a good dude. Shane is, we are mad at Shane right now, but either way, Shane also wears these. He's very tall. And look at this. Shane, can you hop in here just to show it? Look at this. No. All right. But either way,
show you, I got some Wildcat Authority branded bills being worked up right now. They look nice.
Dude, branded bills is amazing. Exactly. Branded bills can make me look, well, it couldn't make me look cool, but maybe most people it could make look cool. Either way, branded bills, all kinds of really good stuff. Get that off the screen. But again, here's the deal with branded bills. And you might say to yourself, Mike, where can I find branded bills? Well, thanks for asking. Head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Sure, you should use PHNX as you're getting.
I should. I'm gonna ask him if they'll give me a PHNX discount on an order of 12 hats.
Yeah, no, I think you should. Because that would be very good. Either way, check it out. Branded bills. Be like our good friend Kobe L. Thiel, our good pal. Okay, now also
look at this guy taking shots of my hair.
Who?
WNB. First of all, I have a rule. Mike knows my rule. If you're gonna make fun of me, you got to spell right.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be able to have it right. Yes. Sheer. I don't know that Sheer, did you ever have hair?
Oh yeah, I had a ton of hair, dude.
Did you have hair?
Yeah, I'll see if I can send you a picture and you can put it up.
Okay, yes. Sheer with hair? Oh, wow. Okay.
Like riveting.
Wow. Okay. Now, if Sheer had hair, he could go into the Gila River Resorts and Casino. Hey, let's do it. Come on, everybody. The wave. Everybody get in here. Do the wave. Yes. Shane Diefenbach, do the wave as well. Let me see you at least while we're doing this. The wave. Okay. Gila River Resorts and Casinos, the wave. Check it out. All kinds of good stuff there. And at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, guess what, Sheer? It's a fun, immersive experience. So again, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Hey, do you think if Jacob Franklin goes to the Gila River Resorts and Casinos that he has to duck under basically everything? Or do they know that he's coming and they basically raise the roof? He's
like a human wave. He has to do a human wave under the door.
Yes, exactly. But either way, everybody do the wave. A fun, immersive experience. Sheer, one more time. Come on. Get this one in here. Okay, we are going to get into our predictions here in a minute, but first, let's get to our Big 12 routing guide. Now, I don't know that we actually have this graphic because I think it was Kevin Thomas was in it, but Kevin Thomas not producing today. But here is we always go with this. We get a routing guide because we're for the people, by the people. All right, first and foremost, we are all UCF Golden Knights. What are they? Are they the Golden Knights?
Sure, why not?
All right, the UCF, well, whatever they are. The UCF Golden Knights. Very, very good. We need them.
The Knights, I think.
Are they the Knights or the Flash? Maybe they're the Flash.
No, they're the Knights, dude.
Okay. Either way, we need, Wilbur Big Burner. We'll get to that. Yes, we need UCF to win by 500 points. And last I checked, Dave Aranda is not coaching UCF. He is coaching Baylor.
That spread is huge too, dude. That is 14 points. That's a lot.
That's a lot of points. But that also says now Colorado fans seem to believe that they are going to win because UCF hasn't played anybody. Well,
yes, because Colorado has played the Nebraska and lost and then beat Pitt.
And yeah, exactly. And they lost by they were down 28-0 in the 28-0 in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So again, that is what we need. We absolutely need that to occur. Now, the other one that we absolutely need to occur as well, Sheer, is Rutgers over Washington. This can happen. Rutgers is favored. So I mean, we'll take it. We
Tonight?
need
That game's tonight.
Oh, is that game tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm going to be doing. All right. We're all in on SRS going down, though. I need Rutgers to win that game.
That
And
spread is down to 1.5. Not good enough for me. I need Rutgers because here's the thing. Jed is going to he's going to say, I'm from the area. I'm from New Jersey.
it's a homecoming.
It's a homecoming. He's going to have all his friends there. Rutgers.
All right. Yes, but we also need Rutgers to go down or Rutgers to win off of Jed's screw up again. Maybe Jed decides, you know what? I'm going to go to the wide side of the field this time with Will Rogers. They'll never see it coming.
Never.
They'll never see it coming. Either way, that is your rooting guide. And the rooting guide, though, Arizona, obviously, as well. We need Arizona to be competitive. How about that? Okay. Now let's talk. No, that and by the way,
our rooting guide, Arizona, we don't need them to win. Just don't get killed.
All right. Oh, also, you know what we need to do as well? We need to put Utah in the after this week, we're putting Utah in the rooting guide as well, just because
they're so lucky they have a bye after Arizona. They're going to need weeks to recover from this.
So that brings me to my next point, the quarterback. If you're Utah and Cam Rising clearly doesn't want to play against Arizona, I think we know that at this point.
Yeah, obviously.
If you're Wilson and you look at the track record of what has happened against Arizona with your quarterbacks, I think I might be going to Whittingham and saying, man, I'm making a business decision here. Like, I got to sit this one out.
I'm not sure that should be the only guy you sit. Like, if you're Utah, you beat Oklahoma State. Obviously, it's a big deal. Why not just sit most guys?
Right. Again,
long term, you got to look long term versus short term. You got to weigh it, right?
Yeah, you got to weigh the risks and the rewards, and I don't know that there's enough rewards to undercounter the risk that goes in. Also, let's see here. Wilson better be scared. Fort Mike, yes, absolutely. You know how this rolls.
Mike and I are already researching Utah's third string quarterback.
Yes. All right. Yes, that's very true. Now, one thing that I didn't realize that a lot of people do with Utah, and I found this out yesterday. Did you know that there's a sizable contingent of Utah folks that claim the 2008 national championship?
I didn't know this until yesterday, and to the point where when someone mentioned it, I had to Google it because I didn't understand when Utah won a national title. And it turned out, so the reason they claim it, you're going to like this, is Aaron and Hester, which was like a computer poll, random computer poll, named them the national championship. So the fans took that and ran with it. It was literally just a computer algorithm.
Yes. I was thrown back a little bit because I said, well, at least I've watched a revenue sport win a championship in my life. And he says, well, so have I. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second here. When did this occur?
Yeah.
No. If you need to claim that, UCF says hello. UCF's far more legitimate than Utah is on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this was brought up by who brought up the turnover? Yes. That is very, very true. Whoever brought it up, Arizona needs to force a turnover. Make life easier for yourself. Force a turnover. Sheer, I'm all in on forcing a turnover here. We need a turnover.
It'd be cool. Forcing turnover would be cool. I hope they do that.
Do we have any hope that there is going to be a turnover force?
Yeah, I think they could pick Isaac Wilson. Why not? He's thrown a pick, and he's thrown 5 picks.
Okay. All right. Now, if Traden Stukes is back and fully healthy, it seems. How big of a deal is that?
Very big deal.
Yeah.
And Akina, he's still, and I know a lot of it is coach speak and all that, but when Dwayne Akina tells me that he believes Traden Stukes is one of the most underrated players in the country, I tend to believe him. It's a very big deal. No disrespect to Owen Goss, but man, that defense took a step back against Kansas State. When Goss went in there, they basically just picked on him. Yeah,
and Owen Goss is one of those guys that, kind of looks good in the spring, but kind of looks good in the fall, but not sure that I really.
We look good depending on the season.
Yes, exactly. Now, Marquise Groves Killebrew, continue doing what you're doing, young man. We've been very happy with you. Dalton Johnson and Trade. Oh, wow. Look at this. Gringo Billy calling this out. Dalton Johnson and Traden Stukes get 2 interceptions apiece. I like it.
Well, how many of those would Arizona score off of?
Are there pick sixes involved?
What if Arizona doesn't score any offensive points?
Oh, and they
but
just
wins off 4 pick sixes.
Yeah, don't know. They win like what, like 28-7 or something.
All
Just
pick sixes. That's
all
it.
pick sixes. I
Scoop and score. I'll even go scoop. I mean, we got to be realistic here. 3 pick sixes and a scoop and score.
Now, what do you think about Portland Timbers? Our guy's saying Isaac Wilson is quaking his boots over at Joe Cimello coached Line.
Absolutely. He's never seen anything like it.
That's going to be a fascinating one to watch. Now, again, the defense, all I need from the defense is just, and I've said this, keep the game in the 20s. That's where we're at. If I'm against any good team, I just need to keep the game in the 20s. And then
do you agree with my magic number?
What's your magic number?
24. 24 is the magic number. If you could hold Utah to 24 points, you are more likely to win the game. Like that's the number.
All right. Wow. Interesting. We'll get to that in a second. Eric Duthie says, score prediction, Arizona 31, Utah 21. Not only does he like Arizona to win, he likes Arizona to cover the Utah line. I like that. I like where your mind's at. I'm a big fan of that. Ryan Neal says, Keen Burnett is going for a 40-yard touchdown up the seam.
Why not Arizona?
Yeah, that's the thing about it. People always say, how could it be Arizona? My question is, why not Arizona?
Why not Arizona?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. I think that's kind of where we're at with this one. Tacario Davis says, Tacario Davis. Let's talk about him for a second. Tacario Davis. Arizona needs him to be a lockdown player. Arizona needs him to be an All-American type guy. Just hasn't quite been that. Gringo Billy, that was funny. Chuba Muai with scores a rushing touchdown. They needed Tacario to be like an All-American type.
Yeah, and he's been good. Like, I don't want to give the vibe that he's been bad. He has been bad. He just hasn't been what we thought he would be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is he matched up against Singer or is that Crows Killebrew?
I don't know that, but are we at the point now with Dorian Singer? Will you admit that Dorian Singer is good?
No. Why would I do that?
He just had 7 catches for 95 yards.
He has 200 yards in 4 games.
Yeah, but he's also got a quarterback that can't throw.
How many touchdowns does Dorian Singer have this year?
I think too many to count. They don't even show up in the box score.
Exactly.
All right, well.
I nailed that. That was a big dub on my
part.
He's
good. He's good. Oh, come on.
Nothing at USC.
You wouldn't take him here at U of A in a heartbeat?
Is that more on Dorian Singer? Is that more on Arizona's other receivers?
I don't know. I'm just saying, would you like to have Dorian Singer right now? If you could have Dorian Singer as your number 2 wide receiver.
Wow. Already you're turning your back on Jeremiah.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I'd put him in the slot.
You just threw Jeremiah under the bus.
No, I didn't. That's not at all what I did. I will not allow you to sit here and say that.
I can't believe you're besmirching his name.
Okay, now Fort Mike 24 with the line of the day. But I would take Cowing back 10 times. I would love to have Cowing. A lot of people, wait, Dorian Singer is on Utah. Yes, yeah. TJ.
Do you see Dorian Singer's necklace, by the way?
No. Oh, what's it say? DS?
No, it says 7-Eleven because he's always open.
Oh gosh. Well, dude, you got to have a Circle K one instead.
Yeah.
I would get a Circle K.
You should get Jeremiah Patterson a Circle K one and be like, because he's reliable.
Yes, he's reliable, and that is a good one. I like that. Circle K though.
All the receivers, and we can say they're the inner circle.
Oh, that's good. That is really good. Also, we're going to, in a second, we're going to talk about this, but first, NUTRL. Now, you might say to yourself, Mike Luke, when will you have a NUTRL this weekend? I will have a NUTRL at the watch party at the Bourbon event. Check it out. Erica L. Day will be there as well. All kinds of good stuff. Now, here's the deal. With Keep It Tasty, enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch NUTRL at flavored vodka carbonation, St. Louis, Missouri. NUTRL's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. They have a variety of flavors, including pineapple, watermelon, black cherry, orange, and more. Nothing goes better together with college football and a NUTRL vodka seltzer. Check it out. Yes. Now, again, you can have those at the watch party as well.
I was at dinner last night. I won't say where because no free advertising.
No free ads. We were on a tight ship.
Send you the sign. It was a NUTRL, whatever it's called, plaque on the wall.
Yes, because again, now were you in St. Louis? Because that's where Anheuser-Busch is.
I was not in St. Louis last night. No.
Okay. Now you might say to yourself, where could I get one of those besides where Sheer just said, Circle K? Circle K, my friends. Check it out. All right, now let's talk a little bit about Circle K. I went to 2 Circle Ks yesterday. So I went to the one on 6th Street. There's also one on like Speedway and like 4th Avenue. Or
I went to a Circle K yesterday to get my dad a icy thing, a little small one.
Interesting. Did he like it?
He did. It was on. I hadn't been to that. Well, I did. It was the Circle K on Tangerine.
Oh, that's way out there, man.
Yeah, it's way out there for you, but it's nice. It's underrated. It was
okay.
Nice.
Well, either way, check that one out as well. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. Download the app, Inner Circle. You can do it. You can be part of the Inner Circle. That is the great thing about the Inner Circle. Okay, now let's get back to a little bit of this. Let's get back to a little bit of Utah fan. Like I said on the previous show, I always forget Utah fan exists. I mean, not that they don't exist. I don't even mean that as a slight, but they're very mean. They're very. BYU. I'm a much bigger fan of BYU fan than Utah fan.
Utah fan is very mean. One of the more meaner,
and they got the reputation as well.
Yeah, like it's not about like they just go right at you. And
right.
Like, I have a couple that I talk to that are nice and respectful, but they just go like right at you, and it's like, calm down, you know.
Yeah, this is sports, exactly. Now, if you want a clean, fun type thing, I put this out yesterday. I said Arizona football, while they've been in a major conference, 1 top 5 national finish. Utah 0. Arizona basketball 10 top 5 national finishes. Utah 0.
Arizona, no fake national title.
Yeah.
Utah, 1.
That's a really good. That's a really, really good one to put out there. Now, all right, back to the game though. Let's talk about Micah Bernard. Assuming he plays and he doesn't make a business decision. Assuming he does play, that to me is Bear Anderson. Joseph says, Mike, you ignored my question for Bear Alexander coming here next year for his last chance. I would take Bear Alexander in a second.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, you want to come here, dude? Yeah.
Question. Yes.
Yes, we will take you. We will. We'll sign you up.
Also, they're going to go after. I'm going to tell you right now, Mike. I'll throw in another one. They're going to go after Jaden Mickey, the Notre Dame corner that announced he's going to transfer. They're absolutely going after him, and they're going to go after Parham, the linebacker from San Jose State that is transferring from Washington.
Do you want
to Florida guys?
All right. Do you want to? All right. Let's talk about that for a second. Do you want to talk about how Jed hoodwinked the San Jose State transfer into going instead of back in the A?
Actually, I thought he was going to Arizona. He kind of panicked because Arizona. I'm not even exaggerating. Arizona didn't call him the day he entered the portal. They called him the day after, and he panicked. And so he scheduled his first visit to Washington. They told him he would start and all that. He's not starting. He's not playing as much as they thought he would. So he entered the portal or will enter the portal. I would expect Arizona to go after him.
Yes, as they should. And we need help at the linebacker position because, as Shearer broke it to some people, if you only play 2 linebackers, sometimes you need a third.
But you also got to, with the recruiting pitch, you got to tell Parham, like, if you actually want him, hey, we're actually going to play more than 2 linebackers. Because if I'm a portal linebacker and I see you only play 2 guys and those guys are back next year,
maybe the thought is too is that you just only recruit one linebacker per recruiting class. How about that?
Do you think Manu's back next year?
That's a good question.
TBD.
Yeah, TBD. I don't know. I have no insight on that. Micah Bernard, though, that to me is honestly, joking aside, that's the key to the game. You can't let him do Jaden Ott stuff like like Arizona did a couple years ago, where he goes for 5,000 yards.
118 yards against Baylor, 123 yards against Utah State, 182 yards against Oklahoma State, averaging 7 yards a carry.
He's one of the top 5 backs in the country.
This season, I believe. Yeah, I mean,
the Boise State guy is definitely the best.
456 has to be up there. Let me look for you, Michael. He is number 7. Number 7.
The Boise State,
believe it or not, the Boise State guy is not leading the country in yardage.
But he's also averaging 11 yards per carry.
10.5. Do you know who leads the nation in rushing, Mike?
Who?
Caleb Johnson from your favorite school, Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. Yeah, well, exactly. He's also, here's a fun fact, he's also their leading passer.
By the way,
That's funny.
I just want to point something out as I look at this. Micah Bernard, 7th, Big 12. RJ Harvey, 9th, Big 12. Devin Neal, 10th, Big 12. Scatterbutt, 12th, Big 12. Like DJ Giddens, 17th, Big 12. Cincinnati's running back, 19th, Big 12. The best conference in America for running backs, and it's not.
We called that before the season.
It's not even close.
What about Charlie Offerdahl from Colorado?
He's got, you want to guess how many yards he has?
38.
Well, he's not their number one back anymore.
Well, but he was supposed to be.
He has 35. You were off.
Oh, yeah. I gave him too much credit. All right. I get this question asked all the time, and it's a great question. Why didn't Brennan bring Nick Nash? Oh, gosh, with Nick Nash. Nick Nash is like one of the best wide receivers in the country. He is also at San Jose State.
Yeah, I don't know the reason. It could have been a grades thing. My assumption it was a grades thing only, and again, I don't know this for a fact. Usually it's a grades thing or something happens when a guy enters the portal and he's out of the portal one day later.
All right. Oh, David Ute fan. A good Utah fan. He says, I've had tickets in Utah for 29 years and no one I know claims Utah has won a national title. I'm just saying on Twitter.
I've never seen that before either. And to be fair, on the Utah 24/7 board, I don't recall anyone ever mentioning that.
But you did see it on Twitter that multiple people
had a graphic. That guy has a graphic pinned on his Twitter profile. 2008 national champs.
Oh, is it the Cam Rising?
Yeah, he has a graphic pinned on his profile. We should make up like a national title and pin it on our Twitters.
Hey, can we put would-be national titles and basically every year was Arizona because somebody cheated?
Yeah. So like the year they won the where Arizona made it to the Pac-12 title game, we should have we just call them Pac-12 champions.
We should just call them Pac-12 champions. Yes, exactly.
Or like Jed used to do, where he goes, "I told my team, we were a year late, but had we not been, we would have been Pac-12 South champions." Well,
or Jed, the 33rd NFL team. Everywhere he goes, the third. Hey, is Arizona still the 33rd NFL team?
Why not? I don't understand.
Because you look to Washington.
Oh no, it's the 34th. It's the 34th. Washington's the 33rd.
So Arizona,
Washington's the 34th.
If
Arizona's 33rd.
Yeah, Arizona. So we still claim the title of the 33rd NFL team.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Washington's the 34th.
We should pin that because Jed Fish said it. We are the 33rd NFL team.
Yeah.
Put that as like a backyard. Oh, Ryan Mitchell. This is very funny. Twitter is for the dum-dums and 16-year-old burner kids. I like Twitter. What's cool about Twitter, at least for me, is that when you come across people that can actually have fun and not get like super, super upset about everything, it's actually a good time. But
Twitter's terrible, Mike. I mean, I love it, but it's terrible.
No, I agree with that. Now, Kobe says we should claim the national title last year because we would have won it if JDL never started a game. That's a great
point. A good point. That's a very good point.
That is a
2001 basketball title. I think that's pretty
we got cheated.
Yeah, cheated.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all right. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of Arizona basketball here to end the show. But first, sheer score prediction time.
Utah 31, Arizona 17.
Can you run by me again?
Utah 31, Arizona 17.
All right, Kobe says, do I need to whip up some graphics for all these titles? Yes. The JDL one is really good. 2023 national champions, and just put in very, very small asterisks if JDL didn't play. Okay, I am going to go Arizona 38, Utah 3. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, I can't believe you think Utah's going to score.
Yeah, no, I know, right? I am going to go Arizona 24, Utah 31. I am predicting a closer game than
honestly. That's backing the A. That is 100%
backing the A. Absolutely, I'm putting my listen. What's the term about great teams cover?
Yeah, good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah, what about it? Could a great team lose but still cover?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Arizona, it's back at 8.5. The over-under is 47. So what was your number? 31-24?
31-24, 7, yeah. I got it covered.
They think it's going to be low scoring. At 47, they think it's going to be like...
Yeah, but again, hey...
28-21. I would take 28-21. I'd
Yes,
run with that.
1,000%.
Give me that in a heartbeat.
And don't we claim victory at that point too?
Yes. You guys are top 10 and you only beat Arizona 28-21 at home.
And you got to factor in the cheating home field advantage. Oh, by the way, one of my favorite things about with fans too is when they think we're serious about the cheating. I was on the message board the other day, and they had a where was it? It might have been on the ASU one. But they said the thing that I don't get about Mike and Shear is that they blame cheating for everything.
Didn't that start like we were at a basketball game and he traveled? I go, this dude is cheating right in front of the wall.
No. It started up in the press box. It was like an offsides against like Oregon State or something. And yeah, that's where it started. It started. It was the Oregon State game. Was it last year with Jonathan Smith where he called that ridiculous play, the fake field goal? Yes, or
that is still the worst decision. By the way, though, I want to credit Jonathan Smith to our Oregon State fans. The only coach in college football history to make DJU look like a good quarterback.
Yeah. And because you don't like Mike Norvell, you think he sucks, but I actually think that he's fairly good. But one thing we can probably say is that he's generally been a pretty good quarterbacks coach. He's had good quarterbacks.
And maybe Jordan Travis should have won the Heisman last year.
Right. Yes. Yes, I would have seen that. Now, Gringo Billy says the cheating starts early and finishes late. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guarantee you Arizona gets called for a penalty very early.
Yes, exactly. And it's going to be a BS penalty as well. David Ute fan, good show. I just subscribed. Thank you very much, sir. We very much appreciate that.
Thank you, David. And also congrats on your national championship.
Yes, exactly. If you don't, David tuned into the chat today. He didn't know that he has a national championship. He's got one now.
We want to congratulate you.
On a serious note, yes, very much appreciate that. Let's see. All right, now let's talk a little bit of Arizona basketball, though. This is going to be an interesting season here, Sheer. And I think all eyes are on one player, Conrad Martinez.
Yes, I got that out.
Dude, I don't
questions yesterday.
What's that? Oh no, you were. Dude, you destroyed. Listen, there's Woodward and Bernstein, and then there's Shearstein and Jason Word. I mean, it's I guess it could work. But Tommy Lloyd, as we've been telling you, very much likes Conrad Martinez. Very much likes Conrad Martinez.
And I like how he admitted that
that was great, wasn't it?
Basketball staffs don't always agree on guys. All right.
And we've been saying that there's a split on the staff.
Yeah, Conrad and Henry are the two guys that the staff is probably split on.
Yes, exactly.
And right now, Tommy, and look, I still will believe it when I see it. If Arizona goes to Atlantis or whatever, and they're in a close game with Gonzaga,
or you're at home against Duke, and
Jaden needs a breather. I don't think they go to Conrad. But
what about maybe a home court advantage where you put him in against Duke? Closing seconds.
Conrad, I think, could be the backup point guard against
You're about to prove your own point by saying he could be the backup against a bad team. That's about what you were about to say.
It's more than we could say for Philly B. Oh, dude, you're worried. You're a little nervous now. You're a little nervous.
Philly B's going off this season, though.
You're a little nervous about that. But all of a sudden,
Philly B's going to get his.
You're a little nervous. My bad, Conrad.
No, I mean, I got to see it again. People kept asking me to say my bad. My bad, Kylan Boswell, after like the ASU game. And I'm like, no, get out of here. Why would I say my bad, Kylan Boswell? And I was right. And again, the thing about me when I'm right is I never hold on to it, though. That is
when
the thing.
When you're wrong, you let everyone know.
Yeah, and you know what? I move on, and I'm mature. Oh, by the way, it's very funny. I get people all the time on Twitter. They're like, "What kind of professional journalist are you?" I'm not a professional journalist. I'm a fan on a podcast.
The best is like the other day we tweeted what we tweet the other day. That's gonna bug. Oh, the playbook one. Where now they're finally going to open up the playbook. There were multiple people that thought we were being serious.
Yes, exactly. And then now it's really time to open up the playbook.
Preseason. None of these games count.
Yes, no, exactly. And again, too, nobody cares about the K-State game if you beat Utah, right?
Yeah, no one.
Yeah, or when I'm called a blogger. I don't write.
Yeah, blogger. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, back to Conrad Martinez. Over or under this season?
Ooh, 4 minutes a game.
Nah, I think that's an easy under. I am going to say.
I'm going to ask, by the way. I'm going to ask our friend and see if they answer by the time we get to the show.
Oh, no. Ask him. Say over under 27 points for Conrad Martinez this season.
Over. For the
Is
whole
27 points a good one?
Yeah. I'm going to ask right now.
Yeah. No, how about this? In conference play, over or under 18 points? Because that's when it gets really.
18 points in conference play. Okay.
Yeah, over under 18 points in conference play for Conrad Martinez. That's where it is. Now, if that happens, then we are going to give. I will tell Sheer that he was right and I was wrong. It doesn't happen much. All right, now Pehoff says, "My bad, Dino." When our offense scores over 30, or if there's somebody else that might be involved as well. I don't know.
There's a lot of. Let's tease.
There's so many moving parts here.
You want to tease?
Yeah.
Let's tease people. There's a lot of rumors regarding the offense, but the reason Mike and I can't go 2 feet in is because we haven't confirmed it. But there are rumors about what the offense could look like tomorrow. And yes. I'm being completely serious.
We're 10 toes down on this one.
Standing on business. As the Utah people got very mad when I said that.
Oh, that was great. I still love that. I like how the guy pinned that. That was great. Pacifico Light says, "Are we going to get a my bad Brennan this season?" I hope so. But in all fairness, I have never said that I was out on Brad Brennan, his brother. I have never said that I was out on Brent Brennan. This is true. Sheer, you spent an entire show trying to get me to say that I was out on Brent Brennan.
You're absolutely out on Brennan.
But I never said it, though. Never said it.
You don't have to say it. It's obvious. That's the people. It is obvious you were out on Brennan. Watch, is it on everyone right here in the little chat? Confirm how obvious it is. You don't do that.
Don't do that. Do the wave instead. Just do the wave.
Hide it.
Yes. But no, I've never said that I am out, but I will say this. The Texas Tech game is the game that you've got to win. If they lose that game, then I'm out. And you said you would be too.
Yeah, it'd be hard. I could defend a loss to Utah.
Oh, really?
And you know what I mean? Like, hey, look, to be fair, most of us thought this was a loss before the season, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Although you said it was a win before the season.
Well, I said they'd win one between Kansas State and Utah. And I changed my mind based on whatever. Right. But that game against Texas Tech is the game. Like, I legitimately will be concerned that Arizona doesn't make a bowl if it loses to Texas Tech.
Yeah, because at that point you're 2-3, and then you start looking at other games, and you're like, "Well,
you're going on the road to BYU.
Yeah,
you're still going to go on the road to UCF."
All right, now Joseph says, "Could you defend a butt slapping from Utah?"
No, probably not.
It depends. I can't have it be like 48-7.
Like Kansas State style? No. When your combined score in back-to-back games is 70-14, I can't really defend that.
Sure, you're such a you spread so many false rumors about me.
Like what? Dude, everyone in the chat is saying it's obvious, Mike.
Yeah, but that's only because you're saying it, though.
It's very obvious, Mike.
All right, but also you also have people saying that
you allow yourself room to move. I'm just saying right now, as it stands, you're more off than on.
Yeah, well, so are you.
Sure.
Okay. Also, when it comes to basketball,
I'm still there,
Yeah, but I haven't jumped off
in the trenches. You're on the outside looking at all the people in the trenches.
No. That is nonsense. That is not true. I am not
I'm fighting in the war. You're the war journalist who's just writing about all the people fighting in the war.
All right. Could Brennan you also have I get people now that tweet at me and they're like, "Oh, yeah, Mike thinks everybody's going to score 28 points on the Arizona team. They're going to score 470 points." That's only because of you.
Yeah, right, though.
And you're garbage. All right.
Anyways, there's no chance that Brennan will get fired this year.
No.
Maybe if he loses the rest of the season.
What if he won like 3 games?
I think someone would bring it up.
Yeah.
I don't see how financially they would do it. I will say this. If he won like 3 games this year and 3 games next year, there's a very real chance based on what I heard.
So, okay. On that note, though, Sheer, I just rolled my eyes at you. Now, also, there's no better time to become a PHNX diehard. Listen, Shane Diefenbach is in the inner circle now. He is running things. Jacob Franklin has moved on to bigger and better things. Become a PHNX diehard membership, free t-shirt, or your choice from the locker, access to all our premium written content, entrance to the Discord lounge, discounts on all events. Become a diehard. Also, Skier, where can they find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby. And I just looked on Matt. Agora High 4-1, Mike.
Agora High 4-1. Do we have Brady Diefenbach stats?
You want me to look them up real quick?
Yeah. Look, Shane, we're going to hold this a minute longer.
I went to Agora High, Shane. So this is
I'm actually a little surprised that Shane won't let us talk about this. This was a
Brady has 9 touchdowns.
He's good. He's good.
He leads the team in touchdowns.
How many yards? Do we have yards?
I don't know. Let me see. When I was at Agora, Mike, we had a very good baseball team.
Yeah, but you didn't have the Diefenbachs.
We did not have a very. He's good. He's averaging 25 receptions. It looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got to get him here, one way or the other. All right. So 22 receptions for 9 touchdowns.
Max Preps is all messed up right now.
All right. Listen, we let one Diefenbach out of our hair.
I got it. Holy crap! This kid's good.
What does he got?
Really odd.
Sure, your audio is messing up.
I know. Is it good now?
Yeah, you're good.
Dude, he's in 5 games. He has 29 catches for 462 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
My
it's
God.
I don't know what else to say. Just sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We got to get him here by any means necessary.
That is some legit numbers.
Could he be a T-Mac replacement?
Look, I have connections at Agora. I'm big in those streets.
Oh, hey, PHNX Sports, which AKA Shane Diefenbach. He's a 2-way guy too. A corner. He could be Travis Hunter.
My God. I'm going to call some people. I'm going to call some people in Agora. You know how big I am out there.
That would be amazing. If we could get Brady Diefenbach here. Also, Shane's mother disagrees with him on the decision not to let him the highlights on the show.
I will arrange for a Wildcat Authority
watch party at an Agora Hills game.
NIL deal related to Agora High. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, get this done.
Does Agora High ever play like Crenshaw?
No. And what's crazy is they switched leagues from when I was there. It used to be like Oaks Christian, Westlake High School. And now there's realignment at the high school level too. It's wild.
Interesting. All right. Well, Ryan Neal said Shear is saying Brady Diefenbach is the next Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter is the next Brady Diefenbach.
He's not saying that. Now, Ryan Neal also says we should raise whatever NIL we need for Brady just to piss off Shane. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea.
I'm all over this. I'm going to make some phone calls.
We're going to make this happen. But on that,
I think all my teachers are dead, but I'm going to still make some other phone calls.
We're going to make this happen. Exactly. We will reach out to the people that matter. All right. On that note, though, join me and Skier after the game, right after the game against Utah. Hopefully we're talking about Arizona backing the A in a good way. Also, watch party. Come check it out. I will be there. Me, Erica L. Day, and many, many other people at Bourbon Bent on University. My friend Mo owns the place. Good people. All right. On that note, though, for Jason Shear, for Shane Diefenbach, for letting us talk about Brady Diefenbach, I am merely Mike Luke. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.